Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English Learning Lab. I'm Mia.
Hi, Mia. Hi, everyone. It's great to be here with all our amazing listeners again.
It's wonderful to have you back, Daniel. Today, we have a very important and useful topic for all our beginners and intermediate learners out there.
That's right, Mia. We're going to talk about how to tell a story about your weekend. It's a fantastic way to practice your English and learn how to use different tenses.
Exactly. To tell a good story, we need to use the simple past and the past continuous. Before we start, if you enjoy learning English with us, please remember to subscribe to our channel, share this episode with your friends, and give us a thumbs up.
Yes, please do. We also love hearing from you, so feel free to leave a comment about what you did last weekend. Are you ready to dive in, Mia?
I am definitely ready. Let's start with a little bit of role play. Daniel, can you tell me about your Saturday morning?
Sure. Usually I am an early bird and wake up around 6:30, but this past Saturday I woke up a bit later, around 8.
I woke up. That is the simple past of wake up. It is a completed action. What did you do next?
After I woke up, I got out of bed and went to the bathroom. I brushed my teeth and washed my face.
Those are great phrases to remember. Got out of bed, brushed my teeth, and washed my face. Did you go to the kitchen after that?
I did. I went to the kitchen to make breakfast. While I was making breakfast, I was listening to the radio.
Oh, wait. You said I was making breakfast and I was listening to the radio. That is the past continuous.
That's right. I used the past continuous to describe an action that was in progress at a specific time in the past.
So, what were you making for breakfast while you were listening to the music?
I was making some tea and cereal. It was a very relaxing morning.
That sounds lovely, simple, and delicious. What did you do after breakfast?
After breakfast, I got dressed. I chose my clothes and put them on. Then I put on my shoes and my jacket because I wanted to go for a walk.
I went for a walk. That's a great morning or evening activity. Where did you go?
I went to the park. While I was walking in the park, the sun was shining and the birds were singing.
The sun was shining. This is another way we use the past continuous to describe the background or the atmosphere of our story.
Exactly. It helps the listener imagine the scene. While I was walking, I suddenly saw my friend Sarah.
Did you talk to her?
I did. She was sitting on a bench and she was reading a book.
She was sitting and she was reading. These actions were happening when you saw her.
Correct. We talked for a while about our week. Then I left the park and went to a small cafe because I wanted to have lunch.
What did you have for lunch at the cafe?
I had a sandwich and a salad. It was very healthy.
After lunch, did you go back home?
Yes, I went home. When I got home, I was feeling a bit tired, so I relaxed on the sofa and watched TV.
I relaxed and I watched TV. Those are finished actions in the simple past. What were you watching?
I was watching a documentary about nature. It was very interesting. While I was watching TV, I almost fell asleep.
That happens to the best of us. What did you do in the evening?
In the evening, I decided to cook dinner. I made some pasta with a simple sauce.
Pasta is always a good choice. Did you have anyone over or did you talk to your family?
I talked to my family on the phone while the pasta was cooking.
That is a perfect sentence. I talked to my family is the main action, and while the pasta was cooking is the background action.
After dinner, I washed the dishes. I don't really like washing the dishes, but it has to be done.
I agree with you there. What did you do before going to bed?
I listened to some more music and read a few pages of my book. Then I brushed my teeth again and went to bed around 10:30.
It sounds like you had a very productive and relaxing Saturday, Daniel.
It was great. But now, Mia, I want to hear about your Sunday. What were you doing on Sunday afternoon?
Well, on Sunday afternoon, I was sitting at my desk and working on my computer for a little while.
Were you working on the weekend? You are a hard worker.
Just a little bit. I was answering some emails and preparing lessons for this week.
While you were working, did anything happen?
Yes, while I was writing a report, my cat jumped on the keyboard.
Oh no, that is a classic simple past interruption to a past continuous action.
It definitely was. After that, I decided to stop working and go out to eat.
That was a good idea. Where did you go?
I went to a new Italian place. While I was eating my dinner, I saw a famous actor at the next table.
No way. Who was it?
I can't remember his name, but he was wearing a big hat and sunglasses.
He was probably trying to relax and not be noticed.
Probably. After I finished my dinner, I went home and listened to a podcast to relax.
Listening to podcasts is a great habit. It's exactly what our listeners are doing right now to improve their English.
You are right, Daniel. We used so many important verbs in our stories. Wake up, get out of bed, go for a walk, cook dinner, and relax.
And we transform them into the past. Instead of I wake up, we say I woke up. Instead of I am walking, we say I was walking.
It is so helpful for beginners to hear these differences. Remember, you can use these phrases to talk about your own weekend.
Yes, try to think about what you did from Saturday morning until Sunday night and say it in English.
That is wonderful practice. You can even write it down in a notebook. Writing helps you remember the grammar rules for simple past and past continuous much better.
Don't worry if you don't know all the words yet. Just try your best. Learning a new language takes time and lots of practice.
That is such good advice, Daniel. Be patient with yourself and celebrate your progress no matter how small it seems.
We covered a lot of ground today talking about our weekend routines and telling stories.
We did. We talked about waking up, making breakfast, going for walks, working from home, and relaxing.
It's amazing how many stories you can tell just by using these basic verbs and changing the tense.
Now that we've shared our own weekend stories, let's go deeper into the specific verbs and phrases we used and see how we can use them to tell even better stories.
That is a great idea because to tell a story about your day or your weekend, you need to know these basic verbs.
Let's look at the morning routine first. We said that the first thing we do is wake up.
When we talk about this in the past, we say, I woke up. For example, on Sunday, I woke up around 8 o'clock, which is later than my usual 6:30.
I woke up at 7. After I woke up, I got out of bed.
Got out of bed is such an important phrase to remember for your stories.
Once I got out of bed, I went to the bathroom where I brushed my teeth and washed my face.
These are very common actions. Brush my teeth and wash my face. While I was washing my face, I was thinking about what to have for breakfast.
That's the past continuous again. You were thinking while you were washing.
Exactly. Then I went to the kitchen. In the morning, I usually make breakfast. So on Saturday, I made tea and had cereal.
I prefer coffee and toast, and sometimes I eat fruit too, like a banana or an apple.
So you could say, while I was drinking my coffee, I was eating a banana.
Perfect. After breakfast, I got dressed. This means I chose my clothes for the day and put them on.
On the weekend, I usually put on a jacket and put on my shoes because I like to go outside.
And then you leave the house. On a work day, you might leave the house to go to work in an office.
But on my weekend story, I left the house to go for a walk.
Go for a walk is such good exercise. While you were walking, were you listening to music?
I was. I like many kinds of music, but I usually listen to something relaxing.
Let's talk about what happens if you have to do some work on your weekend, like I did.
You mentioned you were sitting at your desk and working on your computer.
Yes, I was answering emails and writing reports.
And I sometimes write articles or prepare lessons when I am working from home.
While I was preparing lessons, I had an online meeting.
Had a meeting is when people get together to talk about work.
After work, or even during a busy weekend, we have lunch.
I often have a sandwich or a salad for lunch because it is light and healthy.
On Sunday, I didn't bring my lunch from home. Instead, I decided to go out to eat.
That's a nice treat. After lunch, most people eventually go home.
Going home is a great feeling. Daniel, what was the first thing you did when you got home on Saturday?
I wanted to relax, so I relaxed on the sofa and watched TV.
Watching TV is very relaxing. While you were watching TV, were you also thinking about dinner?
I was. I decided to cook dinner. I like to cook pasta or a simple soup.
Pasta and soup are delicious. I also like to cook dinner, and sometimes I try new recipes.
After we finished eating, did you have to wash the dishes?
I did. I often wash the dishes after dinner. It is not my favorite activity, but it has to be done.
I agree. While I was washing the dishes, I was talking to my family on the phone.
Talking to family or talking to friends are great evening activities.
Sometimes instead of the phone, I just read a book.
So you could say, I was reading a book when my friend called me.
Exactly. And then, before going to bed, I always brush my teeth again.
That is a very good habit. Finally, it is time to go to bed.
I usually try to go to bed around 10:30 or 11.
I went to bed a little later this weekend, around 11:30.
We have covered so many useful everyday actions today.
We really have. Let's review the list one more time so our listeners can hear the verbs again.
We have wake up, get out of bed, brush teeth, and wash face.
We have make breakfast, have breakfast, get dressed, put on shoes, and put on a coat.
Then we have leave the house, go to work, sit at my desk, and work on my computer.
Don't forget, answer emails, write reports, have meetings, write articles, prepare lessons.
Then there's have lunch, go home, relax, and watch TV.
And the evening activities, cook dinner, wash the dishes, read a book, talk to family and friends, and go for a walk.
Finally, listen to music and go to bed.
Learning these phrases is super helpful for beginners because these are things everyone does regularly.
You can use all of these to talk about your own day or your own weekend.
Try to think about everything you did from the moment you woke up until the moment you went to sleep.
And say it out loud in English.
As we mentioned before, you can also write it down in a notebook to help you remember the words and phrases better.
It is a wonderful idea. Don't worry if you don't know every single word yet. Just try your best.
You will learn more and more each day if you keep practicing.
Remember to be patient with yourself and celebrate your progress, no matter how small it seems.
That is such important advice. We hope you found this long look at weekend stories and daily routines helpful.
It was a lot of fun talking about these routines with you, Mia.
It was, Daniel. And to all our listeners, thank you so much for joining us today at the English Learning Lab.
We really appreciate you being here and spending your time with us.
If you enjoyed this episode, please don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our future lessons.
Please share this with your friends or anyone you know who is learning English. It really means a lot to us.
We love reading your comments, so please leave a comment below telling us about your weekend in English.
We want to hear about what you did and what you are learning.
We read your comments and we appreciate all your feedback.
Until next time, keep practicing your English every day.
Have a wonderful day, everyone. Bye for now.
Goodbye.